Hi, I'm Adam, and I'm from the Sakari team. In this video, I'm going to walk through the Sakari HubSpot text messaging integration. Using the Sakari HubSpot SMS integration, you can have two-way conversations directly on a HubSpot contact record, send automated text messages from a HubSpot workflow, and send bulk text messages from HubSpot lists. In this video, I'll walk through how to set up the HubSpot SMS integration and walk through basic messaging on the contact record, as well as from HubSpot workflows. We are currently logged into the Sakari Hub. This is the main interface to be able to manage your Sakari billing, users, phone numbers, as well as set up integrations. To set up the HubSpot integration, I'll select Integrations in the left navigation, select HubSpot, and we'll click the red Connect button. This will then redirect me to a HubSpot interface to be able to select the account that I'd like to connect to. I'll then grant access, and the connection has been made. Before we begin sending text messages, we have a few options on how we can configure our HubSpot SMS integration. The first are timeline events. When this is turned on, anytime a new text message is either sent or received, a new timeline event is created in the contact's record. The next is the mobile phone property. This is the phone number field that Sakari will draw from to send your text messages to. By default, HubSpot has two phone number fields, the phone number and the mobile phone number field. You can select either field or a cascade. Using the cascade, we'll try the first option first and fall back to the secondary option if the first option is null. The next option is the creation of new contacts in HubSpot. When this is turned on and we receive a new inbound text message from a phone number that we don't recognize, we can proactively create a new contact for you in HubSpot. Please note that this feature does require a dedicated phone number with Sakari. And finally, the send, sent, and receive message information. When turned on, this will create 14 new HubSpot contact properties, which pushes sent and received text message information to the contact record. This data can be used within HubSpot reporting and also be incorporated into HubSpot workflows. After we've made all of our changes, you'll want to click the Save button and confirm all of your property changes. We're now ready to synchronize our data for the first time. All subsequent synchronizations will occur automatically, but we need to seed Sakari for the first time. To do that, we'll click the blue Synchronize button in the top left, and we'll confirm our synchronization. Depending on the number of contacts you have, this may take a couple of minutes, but you'll receive an email when it's done. We're now ready to send our first text message, so let's move into HubSpot. Once you've configured the HubSpot text messaging integration, there are two initial steps to set up your HubSpot contact record. The first is to turn on Sakari events in your HubSpot timeline. To do that, we'll click on Filter Activity and make sure that Sakari SMS is checked on. The second is to expand and move the new Sakari SMS module. To do that, we'll scroll down in the right navigation and drag the SMS module up. We'll now expand it, and you'll see that there's a new Send SMS button. By clicking this, we can send a text message to our contact. This is the Sakari Send SMS module. I'll walk through the basic elements. To the left, you can see the available phone numbers that we can send a text message from. By default, all new Sakari accounts will be sending from one of our shared pool phone numbers, but your account can have unlimited dedicated numbers. This particular user has access to 3. You can view the full two-way communication with any conversation by simply clicking on the phone number. To send a new message, I can type my message in the message box and click the Send button. You can create, save, and load messaging templates by clicking the Show Templates icon. These templates have full HubSpot token support, which will automatically include things like first name and company. And finally, you can send text messages with images by clicking the Add Attachments icon and dragging your image in. Please note that this feature is only supported in the United States and Canada today. We'll now focus on the second way to send text messages within HubSpot, and that's from a workflow. We'll select Automation and Workflows in the top navigation and click the Create Workflow button in the top right. Using Sakari, we can send text messages from contact-based, deal-based, as well as ticket-based workflows. For the scope of this video, we'll focus on contact-based workflows. We'll create a new contact-based workflow from scratch by clicking the Next button in the top right. We're now in the initial workflow setup. And one of the nice things about Sakari is it can be used both as a trigger as well as an action within a HubSpot workflow. Examples of using Sakari as a trigger would be each time a new text message is received, you could automatically trigger the creation of a HubSpot task, a HubSpot notification, a HubSpot email, or sending a text message. For more information on how to create those workflows, please see our support articles at support.sakari.io. For the scope of this video, we'll focus on the sending of a text message from a workflow. We'll do that by adding a new action by clicking the plus sign and scrolling down, and you'll see that there's a new Sakari Send SMS action. We'll select that, and we'll walk through the properties here on how to send a text message from a HubSpot workflow. When sending a text message, there are two required fields. The first is the phone number, and then the second is the message. For the phone number, you can hard code a phone number here, but more commonly, you'll use one of the HubSpot tokens. Using a HubSpot token, Sakari will automatically insert the HubSpot user's phone number or mobile phone number. Here we can select the mobile phone number by clicking the contact token and selecting the mobile phone number. One of the nice features as well is we've also incorporated a fallback. I can add a comma here and fall back to the phone number by adding the phone number property. Now, if the mobile phone number is null, Sakari will fall back to the phone number for the contact. The next field that we need to define is the message. This is the actual text message that we'll be sending to our contact. And this can be a mix of both static as well as token properties. I can add a token property by clicking Contact Token, typing the property that I'd like to insert, and selecting it. I'll type out my full message. Your message can include a mix of static as well as token fields, website links, as well as emojis. Now we'll define our messaging type. And there are two options, transactional and marketing. If you select marketing, we'll automatically add a suffix to your message of stop for stop, help for help. And if you select transactional, no additional suffix is added to your message. The media field allows you to send a text message with an image. Note that this is only supported in the United States and Canada today. To send a text message with an image, we'll include the full image URL in the media property. Alternatively, I can also include a contact token to an image URL. The Run As field is used to define which phone number you'll send from if you have multiple dedicated Sakari phone numbers. This is typically used in two forms. The first is by inserting the contact owner token. Using the contact owner token, you'll map each of your Sakari phone groups to the contact owner, and we'll use the dedicated phone number for that specific contact owner. Alternatively, your phone number groups can be tagged in Sakari, and if you add a corresponding matching tag, we'll use the appropriate phone number from your phone number groups. The final option is the additional contact owner attributes. For the scope of this video, I won't walk through that. You can learn more about that at our support page at support.sakari.io. We'll click Save, and we've now added a text message to our workflow. I'll highlight a couple of examples of how we can use Sakari within a HubSpot workflow. The first is an example of using a HubSpot form as a workflow trigger. Here, anytime the HubSpot form is completed, after a delay of 30 minutes, we'll send a text message using the Sakari action. The next example is using a HubSpot list. This is how you can send bulk text messages from a HubSpot workflow. Here, our trigger is a list membership. We can specify the specific date and time that our text message will send, and we'll use the Sakari SMS action to be able to send the text message. Using this workflow, you can send text messages to thousands of contacts very, very quickly. And now we'll look at an example of an autoresponder. Using the message received body, which is a new contact-based property that Sakari creates, we can create a trigger word. In this case, the trigger word is pizza. And when our contact texts the word pizza in, we can automatically respond with a text message that includes an emoji of a pizza and 20% off if they go to this website. This flow can be used lots of different ways and is a great way to engage your contacts with marketing content. For more information on how to create these workflows, please see our support articles at support.sakari.io. Thanks for watching the video, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions.